And especially given the Naive Lackey is going to give us additional card draw. Okay, this is our new Kikaku list. So, now that we got our list all set up, Kikaku, let's look at Kikaku's powers again. So this will be our budget list. What will be expensive here are going to be the Rot Snipers, the Death Seekers, and the Graven Geists. Everything else is super affordable. But let's just do a quick look at the cost of Rot Sniper. Okay, Rot Sniper is gonna. There's only one on the AH, and it's about 190 plat. So a set of Rot Snipers is gonna be close to 800 plat, or $8. Let's see, Graven Geist, awesome card. Wow, a set of Graven Geist are also gonna run you around 600 to 800 plat. So we're already looking at 1600 plat. Death Seeker should be a lot more affordable because it's in chests. Wow, that's a markup. That has to be a markup. It's also a very good card. It's also around 150. So we're looking already at 2400 plat for this deck. That's not including equipment. That's not including the other cards. Wow, it's not quite within the fully equipped budget range, but I think the deck is worth talking about anyway. And it's still quite a bit more affordable than anything you'd take for tier 1 competitiveness in PvP. And this is tier 1 competitive for PvE in my opinion. Even with those modifications I just made. What we're losing out on is the Underworld Recruiter or Crusader with speed, which is a nice big 4/4 that can be a 6/6 with a Graven Geist in play. But I don't think it's quite necessary. So we're going to go with this list. Did I do a save as? I don't think I did. This will be fully equipped. Okay. So why does this work? You might be asking. Why does this work? Okay, so let's look at his abilities. Let's look at his unupgraded abilities. So power, Fungal Funeral. Pay 3, summon 2 random Shroomkin. Then, if you have 4 or less troops in your crypt, sacrifice them. Okay, so we need to have 5 or more troops in our crypt. And then those Shroomkin we create go directly into play, okay? But why does it help to get Shroomkin in our crypt right away? Well, we have this ability here called passive Scrap and Scour. When you scrounge, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So every time we scrounge, we're going to be able to draw 2 cards and then choose one of them and keep it, or just choose any card in our hand that we don't want and dump it. That's pretty powerful. And then we have this other ability when we upgrade that says Corpse Collector. At the start of your turn, put each troop in opposing crypts into your crypt. So now there's also a benefit to kill off your opponent's troops. So I'll talk about how the deck does that in a second. So when we're looking at building this deck, one of the things you saw me doing was I had to have 10 troops with Deathcry. So we're fulfilling that need with 4 Death Seeker, 4 Naive Lackeys, and 2 Shroom Shahs. That's how we're meeting our Deathcry trigger. Before we had, what was the other card we ran for Deathcry? The Underworld Crusader has the draw card Deathcry, but we already are drawing so many cards, and 3 cost is actually really high for this deck that we don't even need to run him, even though his damage output's nice. Then you can also see that we can play Underworld Blood troops, Ruby troops, Wild, and then Artifact. And I say Underworld because Underworld are the only troops that have Deathcry triggers for the most part. There are a few that are non-Underworld, but not too many. Ardent Crusader, I believe, is one of them. Anyway, and we're gonna have a 7-card hand. We're gonna start with 1 charge, so we're getting closer to our power, and then we also have 21 health. So how do we kill opposing troops? Well, we're using Rot Snipers. Rot Sniper says when you conscript a troop, an Underworld troop, target opposing troop gets -2, -2. When this attacks, we put the gem on him that gives all Underworld troops you control +1/+1 and lethal. So that's going to affect almost every troop that we play, except for Graven Geist. and now the Shroom Shahs. So there's only 6 troops in the deck that will be unaffected by Rod Sniper's ability, and then any Dreadlings that we create as well will not get lethal. But everything else will. And then the Voice of the Tomes already has lethal because we're running the chest equipment. We just don't have anything else to run chest equipment on that I can see. Yeah. Okay, so what else are we doing? So we're killing with conscript abilities. Well, the conscript abilities we're using are Cheap Shot, which is at quick action -1/-1, which is very helpful in a lot of the encounters, by the way. Especially encounters that start with a troop in play. And then also we have this card, which is a PvE only card you get from set 6 chess. It says conscript and underworld troop with cost 3. The created card gets, at the start of your turn, summon dreadlings equal to its attack. So that's pretty cool. When we run the weapon equipment, which we are, it says bitter dreads have cost -2. So this is a free to play conscript ability that you can immediately play after playing a Rot Sniper. So this means that you can -2/-2 an opposing troop as soon as your Rot Sniper hits the table if you have a bitter dread in play. So that is pretty powerful. And then the last card that's kind of tying this package all together is our Underworld Recruiter, which gives all of our Underworld troops in all zones cost -1. This is huge. We're running her trinket equipment too that says every time we play an Underworld troop, or every time an Underworld troop enters play actually, which is important, it gets +1/+1. So if you use the Fungal Funeral ability and it hits a Shroom Shah, that immediately dies, and 2 Battle Hoppers go into play. Well, those 2 Battle Hoppers, if your Underworld Recruiter is in play, is going to trigger 2 +1/+1s for her, so she'll immediately become a 4/3. So a lot of cool little combos going on. We also got the Wicked Web spawn, which says when you scrounge, summon 2 Dreadlings. And then we have 4 Graven Geists that say all of your other troops in all zones have scrounge 2, get +2/+2. When a troop leaves your crypt, this gets +1 attack. So every time you scrounge, this is going to get more attack. And those troops are going to get bigger, and you're going to draw 2 cards and choose to discard a card, and you might even get some Dreadlings out of it. So a lot of crazy stuff going on. Anyway, without talking more about this deck, I'm just going to start playing a little bit with it so you guys can see how it works. And I've streamed this before, but I'm doing this mainly for a fully equipped article, even though I know that... Oh, you know what? I should probably switch one of the supporting champions here. I should also go up to 60 cards because we are... Oh, I'm missing that last voice, huh? Darn it. Maybe I'll put in another... I'll put in another Dread Apprentice. Or I could just put another Shard, I guess, too. Shard wouldn't hurt. Because we can always toss the Shards. I'm just saving this for Clatterclink. That's why we're adding a 61st card. We're going to drop Feste. We're going to pick up Clatterclink. And what that'll do... Oh, I didn't upgrade you yet? Sure, let's upgrade you. Oh, I think actually that upgrade was not smart. I think he has one of the worst upgrades. I'll look at it again later. It's like counterintuitive. And I'm not going to play it for long, but we can do a quick Kukatan run. And I think Kukatan's probably the best for me to do. You'll see how he interacts with all the various encounters here. One of the most powerful abilities is actually his upgrade ability, where it's putting the opposing troops in your crypt. It counters a lot of stuff. It counters a lot of stuff throughout the entire game. Even some of those final encounters, like taking Savis's Blaze Bear Elemental guys, or taking his taking Flickering Gobblers from the Flickering Gobbler encounter, so they can't put them back into play. It's pretty huge. So this very first encounter relies a lot on getting like an early cheap shot, but you can still power through the Gravengeist and just your scrounge ability. You'll see how fast I draw through my deck too. It's crazy. I just gotta finish writing the article too, and then article should be up fairly soon. So we'll see here, I can play the Gravengeist on turn 1. I like to sometimes trigger my Fungal Funeral right away, because sometimes there's negative effects that wipe the board. So we didn't hit one of those negative effects, but we do have 2 in the bin now. So we can play a Gravengeist, and then we will we'll scrounge when we play our next card. Blood Mist, we're going to take a little bit of damage here. He's going up. So I hope I didn't shoot myself in the foot, but I think we're going to be okay. I'm just going to play Naive Lackey to play it, and then we'll do the Scrounge 2 here. You get used to where the Scrounge triggers go over time. Oh, that was nice to get a double cheap shot. That'll be really helpful next turn. It would be nice if I had a Rot Sniper too. So we might try to draw into our Rot Sniper next turn. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, so what is the correct play? I think we start off with a Shard, and we're gonna trigger our Fungal Funeral right away. See, we hit the Titanospore, so we have all these Dreadlings in our hand now, which is actually really good. What a predicament. So, if I attack first, I'm not going to get in as much damage as if I wait. But if I wait, I'm also going to kind of be a little bit behind. So, let me see here. I think we're going to do a single cheap shot. All right. And then I think we're going to play a Wicked Web Spawn with Scrounge. Alright, we just drained our crypt again. And looks like we have... Actually, we're just going to fill the bin with Dreadlings whenever we have the opportunity. And we're hoping he blocks a Naive Lackey here. Great. Underworld Recruiter. Okay, that's perfect. So we have 12 cards in hand. We're going to have to discard 2. We're going to get rid of 2 Dreadlings. That puts our crypt up to 4, and then we're going to get his Giant Mosquito on our turn. Alright, we're still taking damage. That's okay. We'll get rid of a Shard here. Alright, now what do we do? So I think we're going to do Underworld Recruiter. Sure, why not? We'll Scrounge. That'll get us to see 2 more cards. Alright, we're going to throw a Dreadling in the bin. Play the Shard. Let me see, how many are we at here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 troops. So we're going to use his first Scrounge ability, we're going to skip the second, and we're going to use the third. And we're going to get to see a bunch of cards. Throw more Dreadlings in the bin. Okay, throw another Dreadling in the bin. And now we have enough to do 2 hits with Cheap Shot, which may actually get us the W here. Might be a little shy. So what I can do here is, how many triggers do we have left? 1, 2, 3. So I can pump up our Gravengeist just a little bit more here. Ooh, pretty nice. All right, and we'll do a huge swing. I think we get the W. Yep, -2. So basically, I just kind of ignored the mosquitoes and was still able to combo off and win there. Crocodile encounter can be a little difficult. I always go this route, but for this particular deck, maybe it's faster to go to the other encounter first. Sounds like my kids are walking about. It sounds okay. I do have the Shroom Shot Dread Apprentice combo here, which I kind of like. So I guess we'll play. Wow, we hit our Graven Geist too. So the only thing we're gonna want to try to avoid. Wow, and we hit the Titanosaur again. All right, so we're gonna get to discard 3 Dreadlings. We're gonna have 5 troops in the crypt, and we'll be able to scrounge. I think we're gonna play our Wicked Web Spawn here. Oh no! Wait, can I cancel? Yes, I can. Okay, we're gonna use, because we have 5, we're gonna use our charge power here to get the 2 Shroomkin to stay in play. Wow, and we hit a Spore Mouncer, which is really good. I'll play this with Scrounge. So order operation's kind of important with this deck as well. We're just going to continue to throw Drillings in the bin. And get to swing in for 3. Now he's going to get his charge power off here, and he's going to be able to kill off. He's probably going to hit my Graven Geist because it has evasion, and he can just instantly kill it. Wow, he's going to get 2 for... Oh, that's fine, actually. He puts more stuff in the bin. I'm totally happy with that. We'll play out our Rot Sniper with Scrounge. Let's get rid of a shard. We're at a point now where we'll just keep a few Dreadlings in our hand. Battle Hoppers don't really matter. One unfortunate thing is if he plays his 2-cost card, because this has Sapphire in it, he can pop it. Oh, Bull Shark. Alrighty, so you guys get to see another cool part of this deck right here. I don't think I have enough to, well, we'll see. You might be able to get there. Kind of hoping to draw into a cheap shot. We're going to use every Scrounge ability we can here. So we're going to get to look at 4 cards. We got a cheap shot. That's exactly what we wanted. Actually got another Red Sniper too. Okay, so with cheap shot and our last Bitter Dread, we're going to be able to kill this Bull Shark before he can even block. You can see how ridiculous my hand is too. Now these Battle Hoppers are going to be lethal 1/2 bunnies. Boom. So that's turn 4. Turn 4 win. Pretty normal. Turn 3, turn 4, typical. Especially if I get an Underworld Recruiter on turn 2. It's very easy to win on turn 3. Especially if it's Graven Geist into Underworld Recruiter. That's like the best opening. And then if you get the Titanosaur off your fungal trigger here, Fungal Funeral, that's also super good. This hand's kind of slow, and we're up against Filcape, where we just kind of want to rush him. So I'm going to replace. This is a little bit better, not much. Maybe we'll get lucky on our first Fungal Funeral trigger. We'll see. Let's trigger it before even playing a shard. Nope, nothing good there. But it will allow us to get a Death Seeker with the Rage Deathcry here. Let's start getting rid of shards. We do have a Wicked Web Spawn for 2. We know Filcape doesn't play anything for a while, so... Ooh, the Graven Geist. Okay, that's good. What does that mean, though, for us? I guess we'll do Fungal Funeral first. See what we get. Noxious Banecap. Sucks to lose that guy. He's pretty nice. Let me see here. I guess we're going to do Graven Geist. And... I guess we play a Pumped Up Lackey just to get momentum here. Whoops. So with a little bit of luck, we might be able to beat him next turn. Nope, I don't think so. Let me see here. One troop in the grave. We're going to get a few dreadlings out of this Wicked Web spawn by giving this rage, but we're going to lose all of our buffs next turn. We can also throw the voice in there to have a permanent buff for our necrotics. But we're not going to quite kill him before turn 4. That's unfortunate. Before his turn 4. My turn 3. So he's going to revert here and probably play a troop. Okay, that's not that bad. We actually have a nice follow-up play. We can even scrounge off of it. It's going to make our Gravengeist big again. Summon some Dreadlings there. And actually, that should do it. That should do it. With the Dreadlings and the kill on the Dryad. And Mortar Track Driver is pretty awesome too with Bitter Dread, because every time his attack grows, we get more Dreadlings. That's that. Sounds like there's a little bit of baby rage in the house. I'm gonna have to get ready and get out of here for work. But we'll try to finish this up. I've been kind of playing a little slow, not super slow. And traffic's really bad right now anyway, so I'm not in a super big hurry to get out of here. Okay, so this hand's not super eventful, but we can keep it. We can get a chump block out of a naive lackey, draw a card, have some extra scrounge triggers in the bin. Nothing special on the procs there for Fungal Funeral. Nice. Voice of the Tomb. So, I guess our hope is that we chump block with this and then he hits the Dread Apprentice. That would be the best case scenario. Not the Naive Lackey. Yay, it worked. Alright. So, now what we're hoping happens here is that when we scrounge with the Dread Apprentice, that we get a shard. That's what we want. We need a shard in our hand. And we got it, and because we got a shard, we're also going to throw a voice in the bin. I could have thrown a Naive Lackey too. But the reason I do that now is we have 5 troops in the bin, and now when we Fungal Funeral, we'll get the Shroom in play. Wow, and we hit another Titanospore, which is crazy. I guess we'll play out a Voice of the Tomb and a Naive Lackey for chump, and we'll swing in. I don't care what he blocks. I actually prioritized Battle Hopper, which is totally fine. Alright, he's swinging in with both. So we're going to do this and this, I guess. Yeah, why not? Gravengeist, okay, that's cool. So, how much can we do here? If we do Gravengeist into Wicked Web Spawn, that sets us up for a very nice next turn. You can also do Gravengeist into some powered up Dreadlings, which is also very cool. I think I like the Wicked Web Spawn play the best. Because then, ooh, nice. Okay, we're gonna throw the Lackey in the bin. And why not? We'll play a pumped up Dreadling. So what this Dreadling will do is it's going to allow us to either protect our Titanospore. Oh wow, look at all these cards. I'm going to toss in the Shroom Shah. See what he blocks. Of course he blocked that. We're just going to kill off a 1/1. And now we get a clean kill. Double Underworld Recruiter. That will power us up. There's really nothing that Niblin Ceremony can do now. We've pretty much got this in the bag. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll activate it. Wow. Look at that. That's always nice when that happens. So now we're firing on all cylinders. Shiz is about to go down. You're gonna see my deck thin quite a bit. You're gonna see a ton of triggers going off here. You're also gonna see a lot of freely cast troops here. Multiple scrounge triggers going off. Another Wicked Web spawner. Well, I'll say this is going to be quite a bit of damage. Alright, well, you get the point. I don't want to, like... I feel like I'm already overdoing it, so let's just swing in with everything. Just add insult to injury. We'll go ahead and we'll blink some stuff here. There we go. Pew, pew. No special encounter. That's okay. So, if you guys haven't tried Kikaku, it's definitely a deck worth testing, trying out, see if you like it. Very fun to play. Highly advise you guys to trigger off your Fungal Funerals on turn 1 if possible, before you play a troop, because there are some bad ones that will trigger. Not too many though. This is a little unfortunate because Rot Touch School is going to ruin my day. So I'm throwing in a naive lackey as a chump blocker. And I'm probably going to do the same with a... oh geez. I'm going to do the same with a Death Seeker next turn off of my Underworld Recruiter. Ooh, double Death Seeker. It's actually quite good for us. I think we're going to go ahead and trigger Fungal Funeral again before. Okay, that's good. So now we can play a Death Seeker with Bounce Back. So we're going to do that on... We'll do it on this one, I guess. Get some card draw out of here too. Wow, look at all those Graven Geists. Alright, so we're going to turn those Graven Geists into our damage dealers in a second here. Get rid of a shard. Alright, so the plan here is to just chump block with this Death Seeker on the Rot Touch Ghoul. We're going to take a little damage. Oh wow, he didn't attack. And we got a free troop. I like it. Okay, so the play here is Gravengeist, charge? No. Gravengeist charge. We're gonna try to discard a troop that we top off here. Wow. Do we even want to? You know what? I'm sorry, Dread Apprentice. You're actually the weakest link. Goodbye. And we'll charge power. We can only use one trigger. We don't have enough troops yet. Alright, so you just achieved free cards for everyone. Alright, we'll display everything. I'm actually not going to attack there anything because this Raw Tentacle is going to die. And now we're in the clear to have a swinging kill next turn. It doesn't matter. You can have +2/+2. I'll keep my health for now. Alright. And we're just going to play him to pump everyone else up. And go in. Boom. -15. Alright. Easy enough. Hit level 12 on the Human Ranger. I'm going to make a new Human Ranger after this so I can get the last racial passive card, or racial PvE card from AZ2. And when this fight concludes, I'm also going to end the stream just to give you guys a heads up, but hope you enjoyed seeing this Kikaku work. See you for the final encounter, then I'm out of here. Hey babe.
Are you streaming?
I am right now, and then I'm gonna leave for work.
I need to put my makeup on, so I was waiting to see if you were gonna be able to wash the girls for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be done in like 5 minutes.
Alright.
Okay.
Watch out. No, we're backing up.
So I've yet to see if this actually works on Lucas, but technically, lethal should work, right? Yeah, it did. Nice. I've actually never done that before. Don't know why not. It would be nice if we topped a shard here. Thank you. Thank you, gods. So one unfortunate thing, we also have him in our bin. It'd be pretty fun to be able to just play him with like a rise from below or something. Rise again, whatever it's called. Alright, what are we gonna do here? We have the Spitfire that if we deal damage to it, it's gonna hurt. But if we don't, alright, what are we gonna do here? I think I can do this. Play the shard. How many do we have in the bin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's trigger. Oh, nice. Okay. So I can prevent them from hitting the Spitfire, which will actually deal damage to me. Now I can attack him with the Underworld Recruiter. He doesn't block, which is great. And I guess we just do this. Ooh, a Guru. Can't play it. Double Blaze Maw. Incredible. I think I'm just gonna block here. So we could actually just kill him with cheap shots and then play all the troops. Let's just do that. Can't block. And then when we play all the troops, our Underworld Recruiter is going to get pretty large and in charge. So you can't block. I'm going to deal 9, 10, 5. Alright, so that would be lethal, right? Now I can go watch the kids. Boom! See you guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Kikaku.